This Friday night in Pueblo, Colorado, LFA 10 takes place, and we are lucky enough to have one half of the main event joining us right now. Ian Heinisch, how you doing, sir? Thank you for the time.
Good. I'm doing real good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Excited to be going to see LFA 10. Looks like a stacked card.
Yeah, definitely. I'm super excited to be headlining this card. It's an honor, and LFA is taking really good care of me, and I'm excited to be on Access TV, get some good exposure.
You as the Denver guy, what has it meant to your career that I believe pro and amateur, you've been able to get all of your fights basically in state?
Yeah, for me it just seemed like it worked out that way. It wasn't my intention, but that's just kind of how it's worked out, and I'm not complaining.
On those same lines, what did it mean to you having a promotion like, I believe, Sparta Combat League that you were able to come up the ranks through and stay very active with?
Yeah, it was great. You know, Sparta, and Jeff and Becca, they took great care of me, and only good things to say about them. And yeah, it was great to fight for them and be able to just have my career through them instead of just jump around. And they were always there when I called, and we always set stuff up, and they worked around my schedule. So it was great for me. It was a blessing to have them. So I'm very thankful for them, and I'm excited to get to the next level.
Wrestling was how you transitioned. You started out wrestling and then transitioned to MMA, correct?
Wrestling and then boxing for a few years, and then MMA.
Did you have that MMA thought in your mind as you were wrestling and doing that boxing, or were those more just other athletics you were in?
No, I always had the dream in my heart that I was going to be a MMA fighter and world champ in MMA. And yeah, it just kind of came to light. It just came together. Everything worked out. Everything happens for a reason, and my path has brought me where I'm at today. I'm on a 13-fight win streak and 7-0 as a pro. So yeah, I'm excited to get some great exposure and headline this event, and really, hopefully, after I finish this fight on next Friday, I get the call from the OC.
When did you first see MMA? Where was that setting? When was that?
Man, it's probably had to be the UFC when it first started. I followed Randy Couture a lot, and just like Ken Shamrock and the Gracies, and just saw that whole tournament, and that kind of just that craziness of all the beginning, and then it kind of evolved to watching Chuck Liddell and Peter Ortiz, and you know, and then Anderson Silva was my favorite. So yeah, it's I've been following for a while. I mean, I used to love watching Pride too, like Fedor Emelianenko. He was my favorite to watch back then, and just always used to YouTube it. So it's been a while.
So you really started out at the foundation and was one of those hardcore fans that grew up into following this dream?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like God put this dream in my heart, and it's just everything that's happened in my life. It's just the good and the bad has just brought me to where I'm at today, and I'm excited to pursue this dream. And this is what I do 100%. I don't have a job. I train full-time. I train people. I live off sponsors. So I eat, sleep, and breathe fighting, and I'm not going to stop till I get a world title.
7-0, a main event showcase with LFA. Did you expect these kind of opportunities so quickly in your career?
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. I honestly thought I'd be in the UFC by now, but it's all meant to be. It's just more time to get better, and I'm fine with where I'm at right now. And yeah, I expected it, and I expect to keep headlining events, big events, and yeah, I expect it. And I've seen this over in my head a million times, and now it's just about to become a reality. So it's super exciting for me, and I'm just enjoying the journey.
Could you see a path where that LFA middleweight title comes before you get the UFC call?
We'll see. There's a lot of things going on right now. You know, I get the finish next Friday, I'll be 8-0. 8-0. With that kind of record, it could be a call from the UFC right after that, and especially in the middleweight division. If not, we're talking title fight after this. This is essentially a contender fight, and then we also got the Ultimate Fighter having the tryouts a month after my fight at 185. So there's a lot of things going on right now, and I don't know exactly where the future is going to hold, but I know one thing's for sure: I'll be in the UFC making a run for a title real soon.
Talking about that tough opportunity, if it was offered to you, would you accept it? Watching that show by now, to me, I feel very bad for the people that are stuck in that situation.
What do you mean?
Cut off from society, stuck all in a house with each other for nothing but weeks and testosterone. It just seems rough. If there was another way to get into the UFC, I'd say take that by any choice.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's got its ups and downs. The contract isn't the best when you get out of there, but the exposure you get is huge. And honestly, I've been in those situations, and I thrive in those situations. So it's nothing new to me. No phone, no books. I don't need none of that. And just kind of getting in each other's head and just like kind of playing a little bit of mental warfare and just having fun at the same time, but definitely have the motive to get in people's heads and win fights and win the show. I mean, it's kind of a toss-up for me because with the record I have, I don't know if it's worth it to risk, and I'm not going to know till after this fight, so it's just something that I've been thinking about. I mean, I have the sheet printed off, the application, so I haven't done it yet, and I'm just I'm taking my time, and I'm just kind of waiting to see how this plays out, and we'll see where it goes.
The fight coming up this weekend, you mentioned it, wanting to get a finish. You were a finishing machine in the amateurs. Two of your pro wins, the other 5, there's 5 decisions, 2 stoppages. Has that been something that you've wanted to get back to stopping guys like you were doing in the amateurs?
Yeah, so I had 6 finishes as an amateur. I finished every single fight, finished my first pro fight. Honestly, though, it really frustrated me when I wouldn't get the finish. And it still does to this day, and I'm going to continue to do what I have to do to become a better fighter where I can just finish guys even at the highest level. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad it did happen because where I'm at in my career, it's good to know that you can go those 3 rounds hard and you have what it takes to dig deep, and you have the gas tank, and you have the stamina, and you have the mental toughness to get through a three-round fight. And just, I'm kind of glad, I'd rather decisions happen now and not when I'm at the big show because I'm trying to get the bonuses, and I'm just trying to put on super exciting fights. So it's kind of a growing curve for me, and I've worked so hard to improve my striking and just a bunch of different little things that are my jiu-jitsu that are gonna help me finish fights. And so I'm hoping this will be the streak of fights getting finished. But some guys are tough in there and they're hard to finish. But either way, if it goes the full fight, I know I'm ready. But I'm gonna be going for the finish for sure.
I believe 3 of your last 4 fights for Sparta Combat League have been championship fights. Have those been 5-rounders?
No. It's with the local shows. It's only 3 rounds. I still yet haven't done a 5-round fight, but I'll be ready when that opportunity comes, and I'm excited for that. If I fight after I win tomorrow and then fight for the title, that will be a 5-round fight, and I don't think it'll go 5 rounds, but it could, and it would be a great test for me because I know in the UFC I'll be fighting 5-round fights, so might as well start now.
Looking at your amateur run, 4 fights, and I think it totaled 10 minutes. Has it been good then, going some of these decisions? going 15 minutes 5 times, getting those rounds just under the belt?
Yeah, it just when you go out there and you just dominate and finish the fight, you don't really learn that much in the fight. Yeah, I mean it builds your confidence. It's great for that, but at the same time, those fights that I have won the full fight, there a lot more situations happen that you have been put in, and it's just learning. Everything is about learning, and obviously, when you lose, you learn the most. And fortunately, that hasn't happened. But those seems like those fights that go the distance, I learn a ton in. So I'm just glad to keep learning and get better and improving my skills to be a better mixed martial artist.
Evaluating yourself, where has been that area that you've really been striving to catch up to the rest of your game, to round yourself out?
Well, obviously my grappling, my wrestling is just my strong point. I have pretty good boxing. I just want to be complete, and obviously the striking and the jiu-jitsu, and that's what I've been working. Obviously, with the injury I had, I wasn't able to wrestle or grapple for a while, and I just had to box, and then I've been doing Muay Thai. And now, obviously, I'm 100%, and I'm doing everything, but it was like getting injured was kind of a blessing in disguise and just helped me focus on my striking. So I'm just trying to round it all up. I want to just get in there, piece people up. If I don't like how the striking's going, my wrestling is good enough. I am confident I can take the fight to the ground. And then just we have a new jiu-jitsu coach, Professor Busy, and he's great. He's a 3-stripe black belt, and he's just amazing. I'm learning so much from him, and I'm excited to showcase some of the new things I've learned.
There are tons of great gyms up there in Colorado. You said you're in Denver. Who are you training with right now?
I'm out of Factory X in Inglewood, Factory X Muay Thai. Head coach Mark Montoya. I'm over here with Chris Camozzi, Dustin Jacoby, Joe Warren, Brian Camozzi, Brian Rogers, Brian Foster. So we got a solid team, and we're just stacked at 170 to 185 to 205. That's where most of our guys are at. So it's great for me.
And I believe on this LFA 10 event, there's going to be a couple guys from your team in action.
Yeah, we got co-main event Brandon Royval, who's another guy who's right on the verge of getting in the UFC and making waves in there. And then, yeah, we got a few guys on the undercard. We got Jordan and Adam, and all exciting fighters. So it's really going to be a great card. And anyone listening, honestly, if you can make this show, it's going to be great. So definitely try and get there and support LFA and TSE. And it's going to be a lot of great fights. So come on down.
With several guys on the card at one time, have you felt that intensity level in the gym?
Yeah, definitely. The intensity's up, but it's kind of business as usual. If I'm not fighting someone else's fight, then I need to be in there matching their intensity, getting them ready. So the gym's always intense, so it's nothing new. There's nothing really different about this fight. The last card I fought on, or actually 2 fights ago, we had 5 teammates on the card. So I'm pretty used to fighting with a lot of teammates on the card. So it's just business as usual for us.
Coming up at LFA 10, standing across from you is going to be Lucas Rhoda. I believe you guys were scheduled potentially once before, and that didn't work out?
Yeah, we were supposed to fight in February, and I tore my LCL a week before the fight, and so we got switched over. Another blessing in the sky. We got main event now, and this one's been a long time coming, and I'm excited. And he's a tough guy. He's a good guy. I'm sure we'll be friends after, but he's kind of on his way out. I'm on my way up, and just another body in my way.
What has that been like for you then? Back-to-back camps, basically thinking about the same opponent for such an extended amount of time.
It's actually been good because we've had this game plan for Rhoda for a while now, and with me being injured and having to rehab and recover, I wasn't able to train for a little while. And then when I got back, it's just business as usual and the same game plan. So it's already ingrained in my head. So nothing really new. Nothing really new with that.
Now, Rhoda, where do you think, from what you've studied of him, where do you think he's best at? Where's his best position?
He thinks he's a kickboxer, and he prefers to strike on the feet. But I mean, yeah, he's going to be tough on the feet, throws bombs, so nothing new for me. And I'm just going to take him and expose him where he's not the best, and showcase some of my striking, and I'll be getting the finish for sure.
How important is that finish on this night?
It's everything, and if it doesn't come, I'm not gonna be super upset. It's just all part of the journey. But I mean, I've worked so hard for this, and I'm expecting it because I've prepared for this finish and I've visualized it. So it's going down.
Is there pressure then to perform with the opportunity, with the opponent? As you said, he has the losses on his record. You're undefeated, making your name for yourself in this sport. Does that add, with it being Colorado, any pressure to you?
Oh, no, not at all. There's always the same pressure for me. And honestly, even when wrestling, whenever the pressure's on is when I shine the most. So I embrace pressure fights and just knowing there's so much riding on this fight and that I could change my life overnight pretty much with this one fight. So I embrace the pressure because I know that's when I shine, and I'm just excited to get in there. I'm ready to do this.
In moments of these big moments, are you able to rely on that wrestling background to get through it? You're worried about a fight. You used to have to wrestle several matches in a day after weighing in earlier that day.
Yeah, like for me, it's my weight cut's never an issue. The pressure, it's just business as usual. I've been doing this my whole life, so honestly, it's just another day at the office for me.
Now, that little kid that watched those UFC fights originally, that's deep inside of you, what does it mean to be living your dream, to be following in the footsteps of what you had envisioned for yourself?
Oh, I mean, it's just super exciting. It just excites me, and I knew this was going to happen. I expected it to happen, and now it's happening before my eyes, and so it's just awesome. And I'm excited every day. I love what I do. I'm following my dreams, and life's great, and I'm just enjoying the journey.
This weekend, it's LFA 10. Ian Heinisch in the main event against Lucas Rhoda. Last thing, Ian, were there people that you need to shout out to, people you need to thank?
Yeah, let me, 1 second. Yeah, so I just want to thank my Gym Factory X, all my teammates, my coaches, Lando Performance, keeping my cardio on point, all my sponsors, Illegal Pete's, Receptra Naturals, Parker Landscaping, Eldorado, Northern Climate Control, Caveman Chef, Denver Sports Recovery, Rad Roller, In the Cut, Hayabusa, the Turf House, and Colorado Recycling. Also, a big shout out to my management team, Jim Walter and 5-Star Management, and all my fans and just friends who support me and family. It's just awesome. And I love that we all get together after I fight. It's going to be a great night.
I look forward to seeing you at LFA 10. Thank you for the time, sir.
All right. Thank you.